Hi everyone, this is Aparna and welcome to the Shobitam Trunkshow. We have a very special featured collection today of these beautiful Kanchi silk cotton sarees like what I'm wearing. Look at this. It's a beautiful fabric because it's got zari work. It comes in bold colors just like your Kanchipuram pure silks, and then it has the breathability of cotton and the sheen of silk. And it's very lightweight, very easy to maintain. So it has the merits of silk, cotton, zari, and it looks good. And we have a very wide variety that has just come in. So many beautiful colors, so many different designs. I am so excited to showcase them to you. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam Trunkshow where we're going to showcase silk cotton sarees. Along with silk cotton sarees, which is our featured collection today, we are going to showcase our Kanchipuram pure silks and a few others. And that's not all. You are absolutely welcome to browse through our collection of more than 6,000 products and use a special discount. So let's give it a minute to allow more folks to join in and we will get started. I'm sure those of you who are regular to these Shobitam trunk shows, you're wondering, hey, we just had a trunk show last weekend, so why is it that there is another trunk show again? Well, there were enough reasons. One, the festive season has started, right? So, we are releasing new collections every day, so there is a lot to showcase. And many of you like to see them, get a better perspective of them. So I thought these trunk shows would be the perfect opportunity. Then, many of you know that the tariffs are kicking in. So right now there are tariffs only for orders 800 USD and above, right? So, but later this month you have the tariffs where there is no minimum amount, right? So a lot of you are shopping pre-tariff, and this is a good time to make your festive purchases or any other purchases. Make these ethnic pieces yours. And what if you want to order more than $800? If you're ordering multiple products, you can place more than one order. So the threshold will be less than 800 and we can take care of that. And the third reason is that we turned 5. Our Shobitam.com portal was launched in August 2020 and is exactly 5 years. So we thought, hey, let's have a special sale. And normally it's just 5% in our Shobitam trunk shows, but today we have 3 tiers. So if you shop above $199, you get 5% off. You use the code 5, FIVE. If you shop above $399, you can get 7% off, and you use the code 7, SEVEN. And if you shop above $799, you get the code 10. So you get so let's say you're shopping for 800. You get $80 off, so it makes your order $750. So those are the 3 tiers that we have: 5 above $199, 7 SEVEN above $399, and then 10 TEN above $799. So this is the perfect time, and it's coming together of a lot of things. So on that note, let's get started. So these are silk cotton sarees. They are all the sarees in this collection that I'm going to showcase are 100% handloom. So all these sarees honor our weavers, and then they look very graceful, very comfortable, and it's effortless elegance is what I call. And let's get started. So I'm wearing checks today. So, during the colonial times, there were a lot of things that the British took from India to England, right? And one of the things was our beautiful patterns, our looms, our weaving techniques. And this pattern, the checks pattern, was very appreciated there. You know, it was called Madras cotton because it was prominent in the south, and they came in very varied patterns, fine checks, some bolder checks, and all in all, they made a very vibrant and colorful impression. So we're going to start with our check sarees. Check sarees are always in vogue. There is nothing old-fashioned about them. It's just the way that you style them. And I'm going to start with our checks collection. They're also called Kattam, Kattam in Tamil. And let's get started with our Kattam collection. So what I'm wearing is very minute checks. This one is a green and yellow with a maroon border, and I'm pairing it with a maroon zari blouse. Now this blouse, I had worn a similar one in black, which many of you asked. So these are all part of a new collection, and we're going to have a photo shoot very soon. So these should be available for purchase right away. You can request for us, you know, ask for your size. We're happy to get them made for you. And you will also see them live in about a week. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the similar color combination that I'm wearing. What I'm wearing is mustard and green. This is mustard and brown with a teal blue combination, and it's got Anna Pakshi zari motifs. Take a look at this. And the fabric is crisp because of the cotton, but as you wear it, it molds really well. And beautiful combination. When the two colors mix, it looks like a methi color, similar to what I'm wearing, like a methi green. And look at the teal. And this is woven in the korwai technique, where the borders are woven separately and interlocked with the body of the sari. So a beautiful handloom piece. And this is how this particular sari looks. Very beautiful combination, not your very common combination. It's got the merits of your Kanchipuram silk because it's got that light sheen, it's got the zari work, the same zari work, it's hand woven, and then it's lightweight. So this is your first sari in a mustard and brown minute checks with your teal Annapakshi zari borders, small zari borders. Some of you like big borders, some of you like small borders. Honestly, I love both. So this is your first sari. And here is the zari pallu. Now these saris will be finished with our beautiful tassels, the tassels that you see Sharda make. And you know, I feel like a sari, a silk sari is not complete without tassels. So it doesn't have that perfect finish without the tassels. So all these saris will be ready to wear with fall picot tassels done. If you want blouse stitching for your saris done, we are absolutely happy to do that for you. Just look for the blouse stitching option add-on that you see below the listing. Add it. If you want the sari pre-stitched for you as per your height, your measurements, we can absolutely make that happen. Don't have a matching petticoat? Why not? We can do custom petticoats also for you in your measurements. So we have standard sizes. If you want custom sizes, we can make it happen. So this is the first sari. All right. Next one in the same category is a beautiful mustard and red. And when the two colors mix, it's a beautiful orange, like a sunset, a vibrant sunset orange. And look at this dark green Annapakshi korwai borders. Isn't it really vibrant, very festive here? And then this is the pallu in a beautiful dark green again. And these saris come with plain blouse pieces in the contrast color. So this is the blouse piece. Of course, it will be cut and separated. And this is how this particular sari looks. So here, a beautiful orange green, and Independence Day is right around the corner. So if you pair it with a white blouse, you have white, orange, and green. So here is your next sari. All right. The next one is green. Look at this. These are all, have that English touch to it with the green and white checks and then the maroon borders. Exactly what I'm wearing, the same color. And this is how this particular sari looks. So we have many saris. So I'm not going to take too long showcasing each sari because you have the perspective. So here is your next sari. So when this green and white mix, it kind of looks like a mint green color. Very charming with this contrasting Korwai border. So the Korwai, the beauty of the Korwai weave is it gives us very sharp contrast, because these are colors where the body and the border do not mix. So that's the beauty of the Korwai hand weave. Alright. So the next sari is black, white and red and gold on top. I absolutely love this combination. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Look at this. Look at this closely. Black and white minute checks with red zari borders, small mangoes. And some of you ask for no animals. This one does not have it. And when black and white mix, it looks like grey from far. And this is how this particular sari is taken. Isn't it stunning? It will look very beautiful with a black blouse, white blouse, red blouse, why even a gold blouse. So here is your next sari. And this is the weave. It's very light, as you can see. It's got that little crispness to it. And of course, the zari makes the sari really, really stand out. It frames the sari so beautifully. So here is your next sari. And then we're going to move on to your bolder checks, your bigger checks. Look at this. Very charming sari in a pink and yellow. And when these colors blend, it gives that peachy white to it. And it's this is not black. A lot of weavers do not use black for saris, especially in the south, because you know many of these saris are worn for festival, for religious occasions, so it's not black. But it's a very, very dark color. This is basically your supari color. So your deep brown supari color here, the beetle nut color, and your pallu. These are called the Rudraksha motifs. Look at this. These are your round Rudraksha motifs here, here. These are your Rudraksha motifs, and this sari looks super charming. This is how the sari looks. Isn't it super pretty? Very, very pretty sari in a novel pink and yellow with your ratte peach border or your two-line zari border. So this is your next sari. Now, if you're wondering how to purchase these saris, the link for each of these saris is being given in Facebook. So Facebook, it's very easy. All you have to do is click on it. But Instagram, you don't have links there where you can copy. So we're going to give you the codes on Instagram. You just copy that code. Go to the Shobitam website. Just copy that code or enter that code, type that code, and you will see the sari. And all these products that I'm showcasing today are also available in the special page called shobitam.com/live. And today it's actually a condensed trunk show, so we have roughly about 100 products. So it should be fairly easy to find all the products that I'm showcasing today. So just go to this page called shobitam.com/live and you'll find all these beautiful saris. So here is your next sari. Alright. Now, this color. And then we have others too. Look at this, shades of blue, Palam Param. So these are your bolder checks. And this is your Palam Param, which is your bold checks, and named after a very, very famous scene from a Tamil. So your beautiful vintage checks, Palam Param sari, which actually never goes out of style. It's also got these zari paisley buttas and a simple border. So this is your very simple border. This is your traditional Kanchipuram silk cotton, and it comes with a plum deep purple contrast. So your blue and purple checks. Look at this, blue and purple checks. This is your Ananda blue, purple, and when these colors mix, you see these shades. And this is the contrast. And this is your deep purple pallu and blouse piece. So here is your next sari. And then we have two more Palam Param to showcase today. So let me show you those. Aren't these pretty? I absolutely love them. I have a, so the first time my husband and I met, I had worn a silk cotton sari. I still have that with me. It is a blue and green, and it holds the test of time. It's just as graceful as it was back then. So here is your next Param sari. This is in shades of mustard, orange, green, and maroon. Look at this. These are the borders, and it comes with a green contrast, a beautiful bottle green contrast. Look at this. For all of us who love bottle green. And here is your beautiful vintage Param sari. It's also got this peacock buttas across the body on the checks, and then it has a green contrast. It will look very nice with this green blouse piece. Here is the blouse piece. Here is the blouse piece. Here. So this is the blouse piece. Beautiful contrast, as you can see. And if you want a similar blouse to the zari bands, you can absolutely make it happen because it's got zari on both sides. So here is your next sari. And these are 100% handloom. You will see that the edges, they won't be perfectly straight because they are anchored on the loom. You see these small dots here, these tiny holes. They're actually points where there are nails that are actually used to anchor the saris to make them really taut as the weaver is weaving them. So this is the hallmark of a 100% handloom sari. So here is your next sari. Moving on. So this is the other param that I was talking about. Look at this. Shades of mustard, pink, and a dash of purple. And it's got beautiful peacock zari borders, and look at this. Very, very beautiful, right? Very vibrant, very cheerful. And here, the stunning pallu. So this is your traditional pallu, and it comes with the same color blouse piece. Looks very regal, very charming here. Right. These are your heritage colors. Alright, so moving beyond our cuttons, take a look at this one. Super charming. We have this ombre in our chandeli, and look at how this design has turned out to be. So it's inspired by the run cut weave. And it's got shades of moss green, shades of parrot green, teal green, and it comes with vertical bands with a beautiful contrast, 4-way contrast border in Rani pink with elephant and the temple motifs. Elephant and temple motifs, these are also called your tarantu motifs, your pine screw leaf motifs. So very beautiful sari, I absolutely love it. Look at this. Very, very pretty sari, isn't it pretty? Here. So this is your sari. Look at this. Very gorgeous, super gorgeous, very novel. So it's got the perfect blend of your tradition and modernity. And here is the. So this is your next sari. 100% handloom, and along these panels you also have these zari lines running for a little bit of shine. And then we have this in another color as well. We have this in one more color. I'm going to show that. Okay, so let's get to that when that sari is here. So here is the next sari, not in any particular order. This is your zari cuttams. Look at the cuttams or your checks. And then it comes with a methi color combination. Very traditional. It's this is actually a plum color, so it's at the cusp of purple and maroon. It's very beautiful, very traditional color, and look at the zari borders and peacocks, distinctly placed peacocks along the border. So this is the top side border, that was the bottom side border, a fully zari woven pallu, and this is how this particular sari looks. Look at this, very, very gorgeous. And the zari has a way of, reflecting light. So it looks very graceful, it's not too loud. And these are your beautiful peacocks running across the Annapakshis actually. Annapakshi. So Annapakshi is actually your half peacock, half swan. So it has the best of beauty and wisdom in one. So it has the beak, the head of a swan, the body of a swan, and the plumage of a peacock. So here is your next sari. And along the same lines, we have this sari, which is your off-white, and just the selvage is this light maroon color. And again, it's got these zari, exact same design as the previous one. And then because it's a light color, the zari is very, very muted for those of you who like understated charm. So here is your next sari, and this is how the sari looks. Next up is your Lakshadweepam. Laksham means lakh, 100,000s. So it has zari grids, and inside each zari grid is a small Buddha, like a small flickering lamp. So that's your Lakshadweepam. Lakhs of these Buddhas, you know. So as the weaver is weaving each row, he's weaving so many of this across the line, and there are so many of these. So look at this very beautiful sari, and it comes with a sage contrast and a moss green pallu. So take a look. So this is your actually a parrot green pallu. Look at this. Not really a parrot green, but I would say an apple green pallu. An apple green pallu. And here is your blouse. Here is your sari. Look at this. Beautiful sari. Beautiful Lakshadweepam sari. And it's got the yali motifs. Actually, it's got these horse motifs running across the body of the sari. Very beautiful sari. Now, every sari that I'm showcasing today, the link is actually being posted. The link or the code is being posted. So, folks on Instagram, if you see the code, just type the code on our website, and you should see the sari pop up. All these saris are also available on our website and the special page called shobitam.com/live. Now, for those of you who wear 9 yards, we get a lot of requests for those. We have many 9 yards in silk cottons as well, just like this one. This is a wide OC 9 yard silk cotton sari. Now we can also tailor these saris as per your measurements and make them either Iyer style, Iyengar style. We've done so many of those, so we can do that as well. So I'm just showing you one or two, and then we have many more. So if you search for 9 yards or Madisar, you'll see them. We can also do the Nowari drape in these saris. So here is a beautiful Ananda blue wire OC or your needle thin zari pin stripes with this contrasting border. So here is your next sari. Right. Now moving on to our Buddha saris. Here, look at this. Beautiful dual tone, such a beautiful dual tone. It's a periwinkle and green dual tone, so like a bluish gray and green. So it almost feels like there are 3 colors. Look at this. And then it's got zari buttas running linear like this, temples, and then a beautiful maroon kodbai contrast with your tarampu and your paisley motifs. So very beautiful sari. And let's check this is the top side border, tissue border. And then let's check the pallu. So here, look at the pallu. Very beautiful pallu. Again, another sari with no animal motifs. And very stunning combination. Very stunning combination actually. I think it's the dual tone effect that adds to the magnificence of the sari. Beautiful hand woven charm. So beautiful dual tone, lovely contrast, big border, and then stunning zari work. So you cannot go wrong with this one. Alright, so showing you some of the brocades. This time we also have brocades in your Kanchi silk cotton. This is a self brocade. Look at this self brocade sari in green, and it's got this biscuit border. Look at this. Now, what exactly is the biscuit border? Have you seen the glucose biscuits? The underside, So it's got those little triangles, that's the biscuit border. It resembles that, so that's why it's called the biscuit border. And it's got a self jacquard brocade in it. This is not a zari brocade, but a resham brocade. Lovely sea green dual tone. So the green underlying color, blue, and then it's got a embossed look from the jacquard brocade and a beautiful rose pink contrast. And look at this purple pallu. Very, very beautiful sari. I think this is a 9-yard sari, but if you want the same sari, yes, this is a 9-yard sari. If you want the same sari to be cut to a 6 yards with the blouse piece, we can make that happen. So any of the 9-yard sari can be converted to a 6 yards at no additional cost. And then look at this brocade. Look at this brocade again, blue, a beautiful turquoise blue. It's got not just a zari brocade, muted zari brocade, but also meenakari work. Look at this, and a wide moss green border. So very charming sari, and again all hand woven beauties. Look at this. So this is your next sari, and this is the border. A very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. We have a very special trunk show today, showcasing our handloom Kanchi silk cotton saris, just like what I'm wearing. And we're also going to showcase some Kanchivirams that have just come off the loom. So let's quickly finish the silk cotton section first. Look at this beautiful sari, isn't it? Very, very beautiful sari in a blue purple, like an ink color with this ananda blue contrast. It's got this chakram or the wheel motif and then the peacock motifs. And let's check the pallu out. These are the tassels that I'm talking about. Look at this. These are the tassels that I'm talking about. So every sari, every silk cotton sari, look at this. Pretty, right? So when you walk, look at the effect. And that's why I say a sari, a silk sari is not complete without these playful tassels. This is the perfect finish to it. So all our silk cotton saris, silk saris will be finished with these before they're shipped out. So here is your beautiful, beautiful ink blue purple sari with zari cut terms and another blue contrast. And here is the blouse piece. Check this out. Okay, so let me quickly show you a few more and then we get to our Kanchivaram pure silks. Look at this. Your 1000 butta sari. This is your 1000 butta sari. What I showed you before, this small flickering lamps one was the Lakshadweepam. This is your 1000 butta sari, where you have a grid, where you have grids, and then enclosed within those grids are these buttas. So this is your Rudraksha and your peacock. And look at this gorgeous red tape border. And again, we have them in 2 or 3 different colors. I think 3 different colors, and I really thought this one stood out because of its dual tone charm. And here is how this particular sari drapes. So, isn't it super, super pretty? And like I said, you know, it go really well with a contrasting blouse. And it's got a Rani pink blouse, I believe. Let's see. Oh no, it's got this color blouse with a Rani pink border. Again, I think it looks very, very charming. Let's show you. So here, this is the sari. And we can do this on the sleeve. So look how it looks. So very beautiful sari with dual tone charm, zari work, 1000 butta pattern and contrast. So lavender, for those of you who are looking for lighter colors, this is a lavender again with a beaten nut contrast. It's not black. It's a deep brown pop. And this is your morning, evening, short border on the top, wider on the bottom. And here, this is how this color looks. Let me quickly show you. So here is how this particular sari looks when it is straight. Look at the sheen of the silk. Look at the sheen of the silk. So it comes through, and these are the borders, the lower side border. Okay, so without opening, I'm going to show you this brocade sari. It's very similar to the other sari that I showed you in blue, with your meenakari zari buttas. This is an ivory color with a purple contrast. And then this is your podi kattam. Beautiful sari, very, very beautiful sari. A Podi Kattam pure silk cotton sari in plum. So it's actually a rani pink and blue dual tone, which gives it that plum contrast. And look at this. It looks just like your pattu sari, your pure silk sari, but it's silk cotton. And look at this really wide border enclosing these peacock buttas. And very grand sari, very grand sari. Look at this, right? And then this is your pallu, and here is your blouse piece. Very, very stunning. And I told you there was another rancard design. Here is the other one. This is also equally pretty. Look at this. And then I'm going to show you one more. Look at this. This is my very, very favorite color. I love this. It's a honey color, honey rust color. Not the bright orange rust, but a honey, like a honey mix to it, with purple and maroon. Ganga Jamuna. Look at this. I love this combination. Really, really love it. It's a warm tone that's very flattering on Indian students. So here is your next sari. Plain body, minimal borders, minimal mango borders. And here is the one. This is the one. So this is your next sari. And I'm going to start off our Kanchipuram pure silks now and give you a contrast of how the Kanchipuram silk looks against the silk. Alright, so just silks next. So here, this is what I wanted to show you. Look at this. Look at this. Very similar, right? Both are hand woven. Both have, you know, the vibrance. Both have zari work. This is your silk, this is your silk cotton. They look very, very similar in appearance, just that this has more of a cotton blend to it. And it's lighter, it's, you know, more sheer, slightly more sheer. So you can see what I'm wearing is not transparent. So slightly more sheer, but very similar. So in terms of workmanship, zari work, they are identical. It's just the fabric that separates them. Okay, so we're going to start with our Kanchi Pure Silks collection. This is your mustard orange color with very thin borders. And again, a lot of you ask for thin borders. So here is your thin border sari with your mile chakra or your peacock wheel motifs. And very beautiful sari, dual toned. So it's a color that's very angelic. So here is your next sari. Look at this. Again, it will look very nice with your contrasting blouse piece. This is the contrasting blouse piece, like what I'm wearing. Your arc color or your sea color, deep maroon color. And here is your hand woven beauty. Now, one thing that I want to call out is these are hand woven saris. So sometimes, and it's a dual tone, so sometimes one color thread may be stuck in between. You'll see a little bit, the lines. Let me show this closely. Here, take a look. So you may see something like these. These are very, very minor things which are hallmark of a pure hand woven sari. For those of you who are not very familiar with handlooms, I thought I should let you know. So here is the next sari, and it's 100% pure silk, silk mark certified. And here is this sari, and this is the pallu. Look at this, full zari work on the pallu, peacock motifs. Very beautiful sari, very, very beautiful sari. It will be done with the same tassels, and this is the blouse piece. Here is the blouse piece. So that's your next sari. I'm going to show you another sari in this, actually two more saris in this color palette. Look at this, another mustard orange, and it's got jhumka motifs. Look at this, jhumka motifs inside these grids. And then it's got a thistle color, like a pink lavender color border. And these are at the bottom. So, panels like these at the bottom. You'll see more clear pictures in the listing. That is actually, the links have been posted. And this is how this particular sari looks. Check this out. So very beautiful, very novel, contemporary sari with the traditional elements. So these are the saris that are so in today. Saris that have the best of tradition and the best and a dash of contemporary to them. So here is your next sari. And this is the pallu. Again, you can check these pictures out. This is the blouse piece. This is the pallu. Yes. All right, so I think it's time for a poll. So I'm going to ask you a question. We did that 2 Trunkshows back, and a lot of you got back to it. 2 of you won. So here is the question for today. Folks who've been following us regularly on social media should know the answer instantly. It's not a tough one at all. And because it's not a tough one, I'm not going to give you the answer. I'm not going to give you the options. So here is the poll. The question here is, we recently did a trunk show. We recently did a fashion show, and this was 4 days back on National Handloom Day. We did a fashion show in Mumbai, partnering with CNBC and Sanjeevani. Now, the question for you is, who were the people who walked on the ramp in Shobitam finally? And I'm not going to give out the answer. If you've been following us, you should know it. So whoever gets the correct answer on Facebook, whoever gets the correct answer first on Instagram is the winner. And we'll post the winners right after the show. So again, the question is, we did a fashion show on August 7th, partnering with CNBC and Sanjeevani. And who were the people who actually walked on this fashion show? And let's see who gets to win on Facebook and on Instagram. They will get a special Shobitam gift. Okay. I am excited to see who the winner is. Next question. Sorry, next sari. So here is your next sari. It's a lovely color. Now, I like all these earthly colors. This is your very dull brown mustard color, and the temple zari motifs almost blend with it. Look at this. They almost blend with it, and that's the charm of this sari. Very beautiful color. Look at this. It looked very stunning with a contrasting blouse piece. Now, look at this. They almost look very similar. So it's like your very light henna green, your methi, along that color palette. And look at the zari border on top, zari border on the bottom. They are exactly the same. Now, these zari edges are more prominent, are woven along the prominent parts of the sari. So let's check this out. Very, very beautiful sari. Here, this is the pallu, and this is your lower border, and this is your top side border. You can see the pictures on our website. So this is how this particular sari would look. See how regal it looks with this contrasting maroon. And if you have a work blouse, we can do blouses with handwork like your Zardosi work, Kemp work, Magam work, all of those cut work. So here is your very, very stunning pure Kanchi silk handloom sari with your classic temple border. So if you love Kanchivirams, you absolutely need to have at least one temple border sari in your wardrobe. So here is your sari, and I thought this color really stood out, really, really stood out. So here. I know temple borders look nice in every shade, but there was something very unique about this color. So here is your next. Look at this one. Look at this one. It's your zari kattam. Look at this zari kattam. Beautiful, minute zari checks running across the full sari, and a very novel border. Also with zari kattam, Ganda Berunda motifs, or your two-headed eagle motifs, which are, which has a lot of heritage element to it. A lot of you, come to our store in Bangalore and they say, I want a sari with the Ganda Berunda motif. So check this out. Look at this. Your Ganda Berunda motif sari in a dusty lilac shade with blue. Very, very pretty sari. Very beautiful. And the pallu pictures and more are on the website. I'm going to move on quickly. Like I said, this is a shorter trunk show. Look at another Vairosi, your sari pinstripes. This time in a very dusty lilac shade, lighter than the other one. And it's got this rose pink border. Very thin needle-like stripes, or actually thinner than needles. And very small motors. Oh my goodness, very, very small floral motors. Look at this, very intricately done. And it comes with a novel color combination, pink, equal width border on both sides. Alright. And then we also have tissue sarees. A lot of you look for tissue sarees this season, for the festive season, for the wedding season, that's right after. So here is a beautiful tissue saree with a very grand border. We have many, many tissue sarees. All kinds of shades, from your lighter ones to your darker ones, with stripes, with geometric buttas, jal, you name it, we have it. So this is your beautiful tissue brocade, pure Kanchipuram silk handloom saree. And all these sarees come silk mark certified and look very, very gorgeous. Now, I say this for those of you who are new, we can do blouses for your sarees in any pattern, your measurements, as long as the fabric permits. So if you want a full sleeves blouse, if the fabric permits, we can do it. Or even if you want us to purchase extra fabric, make it longer, we can do that as well. So we can make them happen for you. Look at these. These are 9-yard sarees. So we have a whole bunch of 9-yard sarees that have just come in for the festive season, wedding season. So beautiful, pure silk 9-yard saree, and look at the bottom. Beautiful combination, very, very beautiful combination. It also has buttas all over, so it looks very grand. And then along the same lines, we have this saree, mustard with red, also 9 yards. And then there is this saree that I missed out, this design that I missed out in your silk cottons. Look at this. Beautiful stripes, your vintage stripes saree. Look at this. Again, that methi shade, we're doing a lot of methi, it's really trending. Methi and maroon. Rudraksha borders, red tape it, and it looks very charming when you wear it. And very similar combination to what I'm wearing, moss green color contrast. And 2 more sarees before we wrap up today's show. Like I said, the tariffs are going to kick in, so this is a great time to order your sarees. So we can ship them out without you being affected by tariffs. Right now there are tariffs only for orders, only for shipments that are above 800. So if you want to purchase multiple items and the order value is more than 800, you can actually split them. Here is your next saree. It's a Bengal cotton saree. I should have shown this first. This is for your Ganesh Chaturthi. So it's a beautiful lightweight Bengal cotton saree, and it's got Patichitra Ganesh, very, very beautiful Patichitra Ganeshji, hand painted, and this is the body of the saree. Very beautiful saree. And on that note, wait, I do have a Banarsi that I want to showcase. So here is the dusty lilac Banarsi with your Paithani border. These are always a hit, and these Rajkamal motifs. Rajkamal and Peacock Paithani style motifs here, and you'll see thousands, almost 1,000 Banarsis on the Shobitam.com website. The link is posted. So on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off. Again, the code for today, you have 3 codes depending on your order value. The more you buy, the more you save. If you're buying above 199, the code to use is 5 FIBE. If you're buying above 399 and above, the code to use is 7 SEDENs to avail 7% off your order. And if you're buying above 799, the code is 10. So you get up to 10% off today, which we typically do not do in our trunk shows. And then, use this code. It's a limited time offer. And then it's always wonderful connecting with you. I will probably be doing more of these mini lives going forward with the festive season upon us, and showcasing new collections. And do check out our website, Shobitam, where you can find more than 6,000 beautiful products. And on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off.